Have you ever noticed your child sleeping beautifully through the night for weeks or even months, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, they start waking up multiple times, fighting bedtime or refusing naps? Maybe you've tried going back to your old bedtime routine, checking for illness, or even letting them cry it out, but nothing seems to work like it used to. What if I told you that these sudden sleep disruptions aren't random, and they're not a sign that you've done something wrong? In fact, there are very specific triggers that can turn even the best sleepers into restless ones overnight. Welcome to Parenthood Unlocked. Today we're talking about sleep regression triggers, something every parent faces at some point, and it always seems to happen just when you thought you'd figured sleep out. I'm going to walk you through 6 common reasons why good sleepers suddenly won't sleep, and what's really happening in your child's mind and body during these challenging phases. Ready? Let's get started. Trigger number 1, developmental leaps. When your child is learning a new skill, whether it's rolling over, crawling, walking, or talking, their brain is working overtime, even during sleep. This mental rehearsal can fragment their sleep cycles and cause frequent wake-ups. Picture this. Your 8-month-old just learned to pull themselves up to standing. Now, every time they enter a light sleep phase, they unconsciously practice this new skill and fully wake themselves up in the process. This happens because the same neural pathways that are being strengthened during the day remain active at night. Their brain is literally too excited about this new ability to fully shut down. Trigger number 2, sleep cycle maturation. As babies grow, their sleep architecture changes. They start spending more time in lighter sleep stages, which means more opportunities to wake up between sleep cycles. Around 4 months, 8 to 10 months, and 18 to 22 months, children go through major shifts in how they cycle through sleep stages. During these transitions, they haven't yet learned to link these cycles smoothly, so they wake up at each transition point, sometimes every 45 minutes to 2 hours. This is a biological maturation process, not a behavioral problem. Their nervous system is literally upgrading its sleep software.
Trigger number 3, separation anxiety.
Development. Between 8 and 10 months, and again around 18 to 22 months, children develop object permanence, the understanding that things exist even when they can't see them. While this is an incredible cognitive milestone, it also means they now realized you've left the room, and that can cause anxiety. Imagine your toddler going to sleep peacefully, then waking at 2 a.m. and suddenly understanding, wait, mom isn't here. Where'd she go? This realization can trigger genuine distress that wasn't there before. This phase is actually a sign of healthy attachment and cognitive growth, even though it disrupts everyone's sleep. Trigger number 4, changes in routine or environment. Any disruption to a child's predictable world can throw off their sleep. This includes travel, moving to a new home, starting daycare, a new sibling arriving, or even something as simple as switching from a crib to a toddler bed. Let's say you just returned from a week-long vacation. Your child was in a different time zone, sleeping in unfamiliar places with altered bedtimes. Their internal clock got confused, and now that you're home, their body is still trying to recalibrate. Children thrive on consistency, and their sleep is especially sensitive to environmental changes. Even positive changes can be disruptive initially. Trigger number 5, illness or physical discomfort. Teething, ear infections, colds, allergies, or even growing pains can all sabotage sleep. The tricky part? Sometimes the discomfort lingers even after the obvious symptoms are gone, or your child develops a new wake-up pattern that persists out of habit. Your 14-month-old had a terrible cold last week. During the illness, they woke up because they genuinely couldn't breathe well. Now the cold is gone, but they've learned that waking up at midnight brings mom or dad for comfort, so the pattern continues. Physical discomfort creates both real wake-ups and learned associations that can outlast the original problem. Trigger number 6, schedule misalignment. As children grow, their sleep needs change. A nap schedule that worked perfectly at 10 months might be causing overtiredness or undertiredness at 14 months. Too much day sleep, too little day sleep, or poorly timed naps can all wreak havoc on nighttime sleep. Maybe your 2-year-old is still taking a 3-hour afternoon nap because they always have, but now they're not tired at bedtime, lying awake until 10 p.m., then waking too early because they're still getting the total sleep they need, just at the wrong times. When the schedule doesn't match your child's biological sleep needs, even the best sleeper will struggle. Now that you know these 6 common triggers for sleep regression, let's talk about what you can actually do when your good sleeper suddenly won't sleep. The good news is, understanding the why already puts you several steps ahead. First, identify which trigger you're dealing with. Ask yourself, has there been a recent change? Is my child learning something new? Could they be uncomfortable? Is their schedule still appropriate for their age? Once you identify the likely cause, respond appropriately. For developmental leaps, give them extra practice time during the day. For separation anxiety, add more connection time before bed. For schedule issues, adjust nap times or lengths gradually. Most importantly, stay consistent with your bedtime routine even when sleep is disrupted. This predictability becomes an anchor during turbulent sleep phases and helps your child's nervous system regulate more quickly. Remember, most sleep regressions are temporary, usually lasting 2 to 4 weeks. Your job isn't to fix it overnight, but to support your child through the transition while maintaining healthy sleep habits. Remember, every child is different, and some are more sensitive to these triggers than others. But learning to recognize what's behind the sleep disruption can make a huge difference in how you respond and how quickly things improve. If you have your own experiences with sudden sleep changes or tips that helped you through a regression, I'd love to hear them. Drop a comment below and share what worked for you. We're all in this together. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to Parenthood Unlocked for more practical parenting advice that helps you understand what's really going on with your child. Thanks for watching, and remember, sleep regressions don't mean you've lost your good sleeper. They're just growing up. See you next time.